Fourth interpretation. For example, 10% increasing, 10% increasing. Next, I will see decrease also. How can you write 10% as a fraction? 1 by 10. That is increasing. Next, 1 by 10. That is increasing. Are you understood? Whatever the denominator, write as it is denominator. Increased by 1, it becomes 11. Whatever the denominator, write as it is. What happened to denominator? Increased by 1. That becomes 11. Multiply vertically. That is 100. That is called original value. Multiply vertically. That is 1. That is called final value. Are you understood? Then compared to original, final is increasing or decreasing? Increasing. How much? 21. From where? Original, that is 100. Percentage means multiply by 100. That means 21% net increasing in my income. Understood, everybody? Anybody doubt, boss? What I wrote? It totally silent. For example, 16.66% decreasing, 9.09% increasing. For example, next 11.11% here increasing, here decreasing. For example, already. Now, how can you write this as a fraction? 1 by 6. How can you write this as a fraction? 1 by 11. How can you write this as a fraction? 1 by 9. Are you understood? Whatever the denominator, write as it is. Decreased by 1, it becomes 5. Whatever the denominator, write as it is. Decreased by 1, it becomes 10. Whatever the denominator, write as it is. Increased by 1, it becomes whatever the numerator. Don't think always 1 only. Multiply vertically. Okay, boss. So how much you will get? 66 into 9. So 54 balance 5, 54, 59. Are here 594, 100, 500. This is called original. This is called final. Compared to original, final increasing or decreasing? Decreasing. How much? 94. From where? 594. Percentage means multiply by 100. Understood this? All are understand? If you solve by fraction interpretation, not method, everything is interpretation. Understood, boss? All are same method, but way interpreting is different. So if you solve like this, I will get original final. I am able to derive net or effective changes. I am able to derive from this. You are able to derive individual year difference in value. What is the difference between second year and third year? You will directly go to first original and final. You will not get individual year difference in value. Understood, boss? Anybody doubt? Anybody? So 4 interpretation is sufficient in successive changes. Here, rest we will see in compound interest. If you solve by first interpretation, solve by second interpretation, solve by fourth interpretation, first you derive original and final, you can able to derive net or effective changes. But individual year difference in value, go to first interpretation. If you solve by third interpretation, directly you will get net or effective changes. From that you can able to derive original and final. You cannot able to derive individual year difference in value. All are understood this? So anybody doubt so far? Anybody? Okay. So we will see some example related to successive changes. Is this question suitable for successive changes or not? Totally
No, it
silent.
is not. Not suitable.
No, sir.
Right. Why? Because all the percentages are calculated based upon the same total. So if it is not a successive changes, then how can we derive? If all the percentages are calculated based upon the same total, directly add the percentage. So how much? 20 plus 25 plus 30. That means 75% of my income I already spent. This is called total expenditure. Okay, boss? Now, still he saves rupees 5,000. What is called saving? Left out income. That means if you subtract expenditure with say income, whatever left out, that is called your saving. So income minus expenditure is your saving. How much income we don't know, assume 100%. What is your total expenditure? 75%. What is the left out income? 25%. That is called your saving. That is given in the question 5,000. 25% of my income is equal to 5,000. What is total income? 100%. How 25 becomes 100? Into 4. Same multiply by 4. We will get 20,000 is the answer. Understood, Tapas? All are understand? When you can directly add or subtract the percentage, if all the percentages are not calculated, all the percentages are calculated based upon the same total, then directly add or subtract the percentage. Understood this? Yes. Is this question suitable for successive changes or not?
Yes, sir.
Yes, it is.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes. So you know why it is suitable for successive changes. Okay. Which interpretation you can avoid? Can you solve this question by generalization?
No.
Why?
Because percentages are different.
Yes, sir. So can you solve this question by x plus y plus x into y by 100? How many times you have to apply the formula?
Twice.
2 times you have to apply. I'm not saying you cannot solve. You can prefer or not, I am asking. Can you solve this question by first interpretation going individual year? Can you prefer?
Yes.
Individually
So,
not us.
are they discussing about individual year difference in value?
No.
Are they asked about individual difference in value? Avoid first interpretation. I'm not saying you cannot solve by first interpretation. All are understood, Abbas. So which interpretation you will prefer? By fourth? But you solve by third also, fourth also. I have to say something. Solve it.
That's 4,90,000 total income.
Acha. Wrong answer. How do you try this? Declare your interpretation.
So actually, I assume first he has 100 rupees.
That is the problem. You went by first interpretation, going individual here.
Okay, sir.
Acha. I'm not saying that is a wrong, but you are inviting the error. Yes. Ashi boss. Come in audio.
Yes, sir.
So tell me your interpretation.
Sir, I use the third one. So first I just took 20% and 25% decrease. So 20 plus 25 plus 20 into 25 upon 100.
No, I understand.
That
That is
gives us
third. After you combine the three, what you will get it net? What is the total?
50%.
That is wrong. Okay,
Okay.
let's check one more time.
Okay.
Yeah. So Parantapa boss, which interpretation? Shivam, Brahmananda boss.
Sir, I used fourth interpretation, sir.
Okay. So try third also. I have to say something.
Okay, sir.
Yeah. So Mirdula boss, come in audio.
Yes, sir.
Tell me which interpretation you tried, boss.
The third one.
Third one, after you combined the 3%, what is the net percentage you are getting?
95, sir.
That is the problem. So why I'm asking everybody solve third also, fourth also. In third, if somebody facing any issue in plus minus, they will invite the error. Risk is more for some people. Yes. Listen carefully. First, I will solve by third interpretation. Somebody thinking, sir, percentages are there, increase or decrease are. That is not given. You are withdrawing every time money from your income. So your money going to be decreasing. That means decreasing. 20% decreasing, 25% decreasing, 30% decreasing. Ready? Combined any two. Minus 20, minus 25, minus 45%. Minus into minus plus 20 into 25. That is 500. Divided by 100, that is 5%. So the net is 40%. Okay, boss? Whatever I am getting combined with the left out one. Consider any one as X, any one as Y. Minus 40, minus 30, minus 70%. Minus into minus plus 40 into 30, 1200. Divided by 100, 12%, the net is 58%. What is called minus 58%? 58% of your income you withdraw, or the total expenditure is 58%. Understood, boss? Then, still he saves rupees. Saving is called left out income. Out of 100% total income, you withdraw 58% or you spend 58%. Left out money is 42% of your income. That is called 29,400. 42% is equal to 29,400. 1% equal to 700. The total income is 100% into 100. That means 70,000 is the answer. All are understood this? Why I'm solving like this also, somebody always happy with this interpretation, but what mistake they will do, whatever getting 58%, they will say 58% is equal to 29,400. They will write like this. But what is meaning of 58%? You withdraw 58% of your income, or your total expenditure is 58%. Getting everybody? Right. Now, come to fourth interpretation. 20%, next page I will write. %, decreasing, 25% decreasing, 30% decreasing. 20% means 1 by 5. 25% means 1 by 4. 30% means 3 by 10. Whatever the denominator, write as it is. What happened to my denominator? Decreased by 1, it becomes 4. What happened to my whatever denominator, write as it is. Decreased by 1, it becomes 3. Whatever the denominator, write as it is. Decreased by 3, it becomes 7. Multiply it 200. Multiply it, that is 84. Keep as it is like this, or you can further simplify, whichever you feel convenient. So this is called original income. This is called left out income, or that is called saving. What is given in the question? The question says saving is given, original income is given. Saving is given. So below saving, you can write 29,400. How 42 becomes 29,400? Into 29,000. How this become? New value 29,400 divided by original 42. You will get 700. If I multiply 42 with 700, I will get 29,400. Same multiply here, I am getting 70,000. Understood, Abbas? All are getting this? Totally silent. Now, if you solve by third interpretation, some people will do mistake in the minus. Some people will do this is equal to saving. Understood, Abbas? So that risk will be there. But that risk here, you will compare to that, you can prefer. Here, you have to apply the formula 2 times. But here only 1 time. Whichever you feel convenient. All are understood this? So why I am not solved this question by generalization, you know already. Why I am not preferring this question by individual year going first year, you know already. Are you understood, Abba? It doesn't mean my way to you solve like this. Understood, Abbas? Whichever you feel convenient. Right. Tell me this question. Is this question suitable for successive changes or not? Don't solve the question. During the second year, during the third year. So is this question can be solved by successive changes or not? They're totally silent.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Why we can solve this question by successive changes?
Because population base is changing.
Yes, so this question suitable for even they are not given remaining or left out. Still the question is suitable for successive changes. Why? During the second year, it is decreased by 25%, means 25% of the new population. Understood? So this question suitable for successive changes. Can we prefer generalization in this question?
No.
No.
You know why? Can you prefer x plus y plus x into y by 100? How
No.
many times you have to apply the formula?
Yes.
2 times. 2 times.
2 times.
2 times. Understood, Abbas? If you want, you can do that. Otherwise, you can avoid this. Now, can we solve this question by first interpretation you will prefer? I remember first interpretation, going next year like that. I remember that. Can you prefer this interpretation here? First?
No.
Why?
Yes, sir.
Each and every
Yes,
year we
sir.
are not asked.
Individual year difference is not asked or discussed. So which interpretation you will prefer?
4th.
Fourth interpretation.
Fourth.
Are you understood? Tell me what is given, what is asked. Original is given in the question, final is asked, or final is given, original is asked.
Original is given, final is asked.
Below original, you have to write and find the new left out value. Understood, Abbas? Anybody doubt? Anybody? So what you can do, Yogesh ji and everybody, solve this question by first interpretation also. Then solve fourth. Because I have to say something. That's all. Next question onwards, no need of more interpretation, only one. Whichever you feel convenient. So Ashish, everybody, Brahmananda, which interpretation?
Fourth, sir.
Fourth.
interpretation.
Who is another person? What is the
Sir,
interpretation?
First
Anji?
one, sir. First
Are
one.
you done in first interpretation? You are getting correct answer. Very nice. But are you getting this every time you have to find the how much it changes in value? Then you have to find every time new total.
Yes, sir.
Understood? In between anywhere we done mistake, then it's very difficult.
Yes, sir.
Are you understood, Abbas? Yes.
Yes,
If
sir.
you are going fast, you can prefer that. Don't change the interpretation by based upon classes. Whichever you feel convenient.
Yes, sir.
Okay, boss. Only 2 people typed answer. So rest of the people, are you trying? If you try by first interpretation, are you able to face the iteration for a question is more? Every time find the changes in value. Then you have to find the new total. Then out of that you have to calculate. Then find the new total. What some student will do, if they are engineers, something like that, they will write like this, 64,000, sir. Out of this 10% increasing, they will write like this. Then 25% decreasing, they will write like this. And 5% increasing, they will write like this. Then they will cancel, they will write this in final value. You can, if you are, whichever way you are comfortable, you can do like this. What happened to everybody? Taking this much time. All are getting 55440. So anybody doubt in fourth interpretation? Anybody facing doubt? Any doubt in fourth interpretation? So all are getting 55440. Anybody not getting? Anybody? Aishwarya getting? People are calculating. When they will stop? The rest of the people come in video. Why nobody is in video? How dangerous people they are?
So please explain fourth interpretation.
Acha. So first 10% increasing, 25% decreasing, then 5% increasing. How can you write 10% as a fraction? 1 by 10. 25% means 1 by 4. 5% means 5 by 100, 1 by 20. Whatever the denominator, write as it is. Increased by 1, it becomes 11. Whatever the denominator, write as it is. Decreased by 1, it becomes 3. 4 minus 1, 3. Whatever the denominator, write as it is. Increased by 1, it becomes 21. Now 800, multiply vertically. Multiply vertically 693. This is called original. This is called final. What is given? What is asked? Original is given 64,000. So you can write below original. How 800 becomes 64,000? This 64,000 new value by original 800. That means 80. If I multiply this by 80, I will get 64,000. Same multiply by 80, I will get 55440. Where is your mistake, Aishwarya ji?
Sir, I have taken the difference value. I forgot to take 693. I just taken 117. I calculated for 117. 800 minus 693, that is 117.
Acha, you take the
From that,
difference.
Yeah.
Difference is called what? That much expenditure that much population is what? Decreasing.
Yes, sir.
Okay, right. All are getting this? All are getting? Right, next question. No need of solving. Tell me, is this question belongs to successive changes or not?
No.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes. Okay. Which interpretation you will avoid? Generalization, can you prefer? No. Then what is this? Fraction. Fraction means 1 by 3 means 33.33%. Which interpretation you will avoid? X plus Y third also. Are you all remember this? So can you prefer first interpretation? Which interpretation you will prefer? Fourth. All are getting this? What is given, what is asked? Original is given, final is asked. Final is given, original is asked.
Original is asked.
That means below final you have to write 9,000, find the original. Getting this? Right. Next question. Is this question belongs to successive changes or not?
Yes, sir.
Yes or not?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. So which interpretation you will not prefer? Can you prefer first?
No, sir.
No, sir.
What is given, what is asked?
Original is asked.
Final is given, original is asked. Okay. Can you prefer first interpretation? No. Second interpretation, generalization?
No.
No.
No. Then can you prefer X plus Y?
No.
Why you will avoid X plus Y?
Because it's 12.5%.
Yes,
Which is-
decimal. I'm not saying you cannot solve. You cannot prefer, I'm saying. So which interpretation you will prefer? Fourth interpretation. All are understood this? Now anybody doubt, not only in this topic, in any topics like that, I will ask you. Okay, but is this question suitable? More than 1% means we have to shoot the question. Can we solve this question by successive changes or not? Got it, boss? Right. Come to next concept something. Product constant rule. Now you have to know, rule means, it's fixed like that. What is called product? Why that product is constant? You have to know this. Now listen. For example, 4 into 5. You are multiplying 4 with 5. That means to answer is 20. If you multiply something, whatever your answer, that answer is called product. Got it? For example, price into consumption. If I multiply this two, my answer is expenditure. So expenditure is called product. If the product is constant, what is the relationship between price and consumption? That only I am going to teach you now. All are understood what I am going to teach now? You are multiplying price with the consumption. Your answer is expenditure. That answer is called product. If the product is constant, statement says, then what is the relationship between price and consumption? That only we are going to discuss. For example, one marker pen is 20 rupees. I need 5 marker pen every month. For example, 1 marker pen 20 rupees, 5 marker pen 100 rupees. The price of this 5 marker pen is 100 rupees. If I am purchasing, that is my expenditure. So price is synonyms to expenditure. Got it? All are understood what I am saying? Price is synonyms to expenditure. Getting this, boss? So my expenditure on this marker pen is 100 rupees. Next month I am going to shopkeeper. Shopkeeper saying, Swami sir, this month price increased. For example, if I am going to purchase the same quantity, that means same 5 marker pen, what will happen to my expenditure?
Increase.
Increasing. That means my expenditure going to be more than 100 rupees. If I am affordable, then there is no changes in my consumption. Are you understood, Daba? That means if I am ready to increase my expenditure, there is no changes in my consumption. But I am not affordable or I am not interested to increase my expenditure. What does it mean?
Consumption will decrease.
No, what does it mean? That means whatever earlier I am able to spend 100 rupees, the same 100 rupees only I am able to spend now also. That means whatever 100 rupees I spend now I am unable to increase the 100 rupees. I am able to spend 100 rupees only. That means earlier expenditure and now expenditure are same only. Are you understood? Not understand. So whenever price increasing, what you will expect, your expenditure going to be increasing. Why? You assume consumption is constant. If you are not ready to increase your expenditure, what does that mean? That means your expenditure is constant, not decreasing. If expenditure is constant, that means you can able to spend 100 rupees only. At that time, what will happen to my consumption? Then only decreasing. Understood? Not understood? Allah understand. If you are going to compare any two, you have to keep another one is constant. Otherwise, you cannot compare it. Otherwise, you cannot say inverse increase or decrease like that. Listen carefully. For example, price increasing. If I am purchasing the same quantity, what will happen to my expenditure? Expenditure going to be increasing. But I am not interested to increase my expenditure. Then what will happen to my expenditure? My expenditure is same, constant. That means whatever earlier expenditure, the same expenditure only I am able to spend now. So now expenditure is constant. What will happen to your consumption? Consumption going to be decreasing. Are you understood, Dabas? Price is 2 things you have to remember. 3 things. Price is synonyms to expenditure. Second thing, whenever price increasing, you are expecting your expenditure going to be increasing. Why? Because you assumed consumption is constant. If you are not interested to increase your expenditure, that means your expenditure is constant, not decreasing. Why I am saying, while solving, somebody will ask, sir, why not decreasing? Understood, Dabas? For example, 1 marker pen 20 rupees, 5 marker pen 100 rupees. Next month, shopkeeper saying prices are increased. That means if I am consuming the same 5 pen, my expenditure going to be more than 100 rupees. But I am not interested to increase my expenditure. What does it mean? That means whatever earlier I spent 100 rupees, the same 100 rupees only I am able to spend now. That means earlier expenditure and now expenditure are same. That means expenditure is constant. If expenditure not increasing, that means expenditure has to be constant. Then what happened to my consumption? Then only decreasing. Both are opposite direction. That means inversely proportional. Same direction, then directly proportional. All are getting this? For example, next month I am going to shopkeeper. Shopkeeper saying price decreasing. If I am consuming the same quantity, my expenditure going to be decreasing. Understood, boss? But I am not interested to decrease my expenditure. What does it mean? Whatever earlier expenditure you spend, the same expenditure only you are ready to spend. That means if expenditure not decreasing, that means expenditure is constant. All are understood this? Whenever price decreasing, if you are purchasing the same quantity, your expenditure has to be decreasing. But the question not allowed you to decrease your expenditure. That means expenditure is constant. Then you have to increase your consumption. All are understood, Daba. So opposite direction, inversely proportional. Anybody doubt? So wherever the product is constant, these two variables are always inversely proportional to each other. Getting this? Getting this? For example, length into breadth equal to area. So yeah, I am multiplying these two. My answer is area. Area is called product. If product is constant, more length, less breadth, less length, more breadth, both are inversely proportional to each other. Duty into consumption, that is equal to revenue. If I am multiplying duty and consumption, my answer is revenue. Revenue is called product. If the revenue is constant, then duty and consumption are inversely proportional. Getting this, boss? Speed into time equal to distance. If distance is constant, then speed and time are inversely proportional. Number of men into days equal to total work. Total work is called a product here. If the work is constant, the statement says, then men and days are inversely proportional. Wherever the product is constant, the two variables are always inversely proportional to each other. Getting on this, boss? Any Aam Aadmi having any issue? Anybody? For example, price increased by 20%. My expenditure is constant. What happened to my consumption? That is asked in the question. For example, ready? First interpretation. You know expenditure is constant. That means what is the relationship between price and consumption? Inversely proportional. Original price and now price. What is the original price? We don't know. What you will assume, 100% or 100? What happened to price now? 20% increasing. The new price becomes 120%. Cancelled. So that is 5:6. Getting this? What is the consumption ratio? If price are in the ratio 5:6, consumption are in the ratio, it is inversely proportional. So reverse it, 6:5. Are you getting this? What is the meaning of 6:5? Earlier, my money consuming 6 unit or 6x or 6 part. The same money now consuming 5 unit or 5 part or 5x. Compared to original consumption, new consumption is decreasing. How much decreasing? 1 unit or 1 part. From where? From 6. So somebody not able to see. From 6. That means 16.66% my consumption decreasing. Understood, boss? Any Aam Aadmi having doubt? Second interpretation. You know expenditure is constant. What is the relationship between price and consumption? Inversely proportional. What happened to my price? Increased by 20%. How can you write 20% as a fraction? That is 1/5. So price increasing, consumption going to be decreasing because inversely proportional. Whatever the numerator, same numerator. Reference is increasing, add numerator and denominator, that is 6. So 16.66% consumption decreasing. Got it? Either you can prefer this interpretation or you can prefer this interpretation, whichever you feel convenient. Getting this? Now, successive, if you decide this one question is suitable for successive changes, then out of 4 interpretation, which interpretation you can prefer? That is up to you. So here, if you decide one question belongs to product, next I'm going to display. How do we know this question belongs to product constant rule or not? That I will teach you. If you decided this question belongs to product constant rule, then out of these two interpretation, you can prefer any one, whichever you feel convenient. Getting this? Any Aam Aadmi having doubt, boss? Right. Now, I will display the question. We will see. Sorry, it's wrongly typed. Later on, we will see. So in this question, I'm not displaying this question to get the answer. Please listen. In this question, we are discussing about, is it visible? In this question, what we are discussing? We are discussing about price. We are discussing about consumption. We are discussing about expenditure. Using price and consumption, I am able to derive the expenditure. So price into consumption, that is expenditure. Expenditure is called product. Is the product is constant, the statement saying anywhere? The question asks any changes in expenditure or not. That means the question not already saying expenditure is constant. This question not belongs to product constant rule. Understood, boss? All are understood, boss? Next, listen carefully. What we are discussing in this question? We are discussing about price. We are discussing about consumption. We are discussing about expenditure. Using price and consumption, I am able to derive the expenditure by multiplying. So expenditure is called a product. Is this expenditure is constant? The statement saying yes. Cannot increasing means expenditure is constant. Understood, boss? That means this question belongs to product constant rule. Understood, boss? Out of two interpretation, you have to choose any one of the interpretation. Next lesson. What we are discussing here? We are discussing length, we are discussing breadth, and we are discussing about area. Using length and breadth, I am able to derive the area. Area is length into breadth is called area. So after multiplying, my answer is called area. Area is called product. Is the product is constant or not? They are saying area increasing. That means product is not a constant. This question not belongs to product constant rule. Getting this? All are getting this? Next lesson was. What we are discussing in this question? We are discussing duty. We are discussing consumption. We are discussing revenue. Using duty and consumption, I am able to derive the revenue. Duty into consumption is called revenue. So after I multiplied, my answer is revenue. Revenue is called product. Is revenue is constant or not? Revenue is unaltered. That means a constant. Product is constant. This question suitable for product constant rule. Getting this? Anybody doubt? Anybody? Now you understand how can we derive one question is suitable for product constant rule or not? Or you remember I dictated yesterday or day before day one question? Sugar question. Am I dictated or not?
Yes,
Not in
sir.
your batch.
Dictated, sir.
So can you everybody open the question? So anybody read that question?
The price of sugar decreased by 20%. Due to this,
Ah.
a customer able to purchase 45 kilograms more for 450 rupees. Find the original and new price per
In
kg
that
of sugar.
question, we are discussing about the price. We are discussing about consumption. We are discussing about expenditure, that is 450. That means using price and consumption, I am able to derive expenditure. Expenditure is called the product, that is 450. That is anywhere the statement says 450 is changing. No. So expenditure is constant. So this question also we can solve by product constant rule interpretation. Also, wording is very important. All are getting this, what I am saying. Price is there, consumption is there. Using this two, I am able to derive the expenditure. Expenditure is called the product, that is called 450. Anywhere the statement saying 450 changing, no. That means the product is constant. This question is also suitable for product constant rule. Understood, not understood? Anybody doubt so far? Anybody? Right. Now listen. Now this question suitable for product constant rule. So out of two interpretation, any one interpretation you will prefer. Either write the ratio, reverse it, then you solve, or increase, decrease, you will write, you will solve. Tell me the answer. What is C? Ask is B. Boss, come in audio. Which interpretation you done?
Sir, I don't remember which one, but like I don't remember which one was.
You
which
are
one.
getting wrong answer. That is why I am asking which interpretation. Because why I am asking, whatever interpretation you solved, if you disclose, then I will tell you it is correct or wrong.
Yes, sir. Actually, it's given 40% reduced, but I increased it by 40%.
Acha
That is why
ji.
I'm getting wrong.
Acha. What is this? Ashlesha boss, come in audio. Which interpretation? Which interpretation?
Second.
Why you are getting like this? No, I will display one more time the interpretation. Maybe somebody forgot the interpretation. So you see, take the snapshot if anybody required. Now I can display the question. So take the snapshot if anybody required. Yesterday's class I am not uploaded. Yesterday PDF. Got it? Now I am displaying the question. Now tell me what is the answer. Yes. That is D option. Why everybody taking this much time? Which interpretation everybody preferring? First or second? Ratio or increase, decrease? What happened, Radha boss? Are you getting answer?
No, sir.
Which interpretation? What is the issue?
Sir, I think I didn't understand the interpretations properly.
I will tell you. For example, I am solving by first interpretation. In this question, which is constant? Revenue is constant because unaltered. So duty and consumption are inversely proportional. Getting this? So what is the original duty? What is the now duty? Original duty we don't know. Assume 100%. What happened to duty now? 40% reducing. That means new duty is 60%. Cancelled. So 5:3. Duty are in the ratio 5:3. Consumption are in the ratio inversely proportional. Reverse it. So 3:5. Getting this? What is the meaning of 3:5? Earlier my money consuming 3 unit or 3x, the same money now consuming 5 unit or 5x. Compared to original consumption, new consumption increasing. How much increasing? 2. 2 unit. From where? 3. 2 by 3 means 66.66% increasing. That means D is the answer. Understood, Radhaji? Second. You know revenue is constant. So what is the relationship between duty and consumption? Inversely proportional. What happened to your duty? Decreased by 40%. How can you write 40% as a fraction? 40 by 100, that is 2 by 5. So here decreasing, so here must be increasing. Whatever the numerator, same numerator. Reference is decreasing, so difference between numerator and denominator, that means 2 into 1 by 3, so 66.66% increasing. Understood, Radhaji?
Sir, after the relation, like, can you please go a bit slow? Where 2 by 5 it decrease.
2 by 5, understood?
Yes, sir. Yeah.
Here decrease means here must be increasing because opposite direction.
Yes, sir.
Whatever the numerator, same numerator. Are you remember? It's percentage change, increase, decrease.
Okay. Yes.
Whatever the numerator, same numerator. Reference is decreasing. So difference between numerator and denominator, that is 3 here.
Okay. Okay, sir.
All are getting this? Are boss, yesterday class percentage change, percentage increase, decrease. Right. So same pattern, one more question. Tell me the answer. What is the answer? Yes, Paranda boss. Anji Paranda boss.
Sir, I had a doubt regarding the previous question. Sir,
Hmm.
could you please explain how the 3:5 that ratio became 2 by 3? I couldn't understand that calculation.
So what is called 3 and 5? What is 3?
It's the
Originally, my money consuming 3 unit or 3x consumption. What is 5? Now consumption. Understood, boss? Where are
Yes, sir.
you?
Yes, sir.
Compared to original consumption, new consumption increasing or decreasing? Earlier 3, now 5. Increasing or decreasing?
Increasing.
How much increasing?
It's 2.
You see 3, 5. Compared to original, now increasing. How much? 2. From where? Original, that is 3.
Okay. Okay, sir.
Understood,
Understood.
Ajay?
Understood. Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
Okay. So please don't raise the hand, unmute and stop me. Sometimes I will forget to see that all the message and all this thing. So this question belongs to product constant rule. Out of the two interpretation, anyone you prefer? But somebody, they are about to approach by second interpretation, but they struggled that. Understood? So how much money, how much price increasing? 1.5. From where? Original 6. Cancelled 1 by 4. So price increased by 1 by 4 or 25%. Then you know how to solve. Getting this?
So once again explain.
What is the original price, boss?
6,
What is the new price, boss?
7.5.
Compared to original, new is increasing or decreasing?
Increasing.
How much increasing?
1.5.
From where?
6.
6. Cancelled 1 by 4. 1 time 1.5, 4 time 1.5. That means price increased by 1 by 4. So that is decreased by 1 by 5. That means 20% is the answer. Getting or not getting? Can I solve anybody? First or second? Which interpretation anybody needed? Anybody required any other interpretation? And nobody saying, eh? All are getting 20%.
Sir, it should be 25%. It's 1 by 4, right?
Anji, increased by 1 by 4, consumption going to decrease
No,
by
you
1
just
by 4.
mark 20%.
Anji. What
I-
was?
It should be 25% and not 20%.
Price increased by 1 by 4, Madam Ji. Are you see that? What is 1 by 4?
Yes, sir.
Now here increasing, so here decreasing. Whatever the numerator, same numerator. Reference is increasing, add numerator and denominator, that is 5. 1 by 5 means 20%.
Okay, yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Got it?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Anybody required first interpretation ratio? Anybody? Anybody? Radhaji, understood? Everybody getting? Right. Now, sir, if the product is not a constant, then how can you solve? Is this question suitable for product constant rule? You know, no. That means I cannot solve a inversely proportional rule here. So you see, how can we solve? The first interpretation. Price is given, consumption given, we can able to derive the expenditure. What is the original price of each marker pen? We don't know. Assume 100 rupees. You can take it any value. How many marker pen I am consuming? I don't know. Assume 100. 100 into 100. My expenditure is 10,000. For example, I am writing. What happened to my price now? Increased by 20%. So what is the new price? 120. What happened to my consumption now? Decreased by 10%. So my consumption becomes 90. Are you understood this? What I am writing? Multiply this to my expenditure becomes 10,800. Compared to original expenditure, new expenditure is increasing. How much increasing? 800. From where? Original, that is 10,000. Percentage means multiply by 100. So cancelled, that means 8% increased in my expenditure. Are you getting this? Or, I'm not writing second. Later on I will write second. Or, listen carefully now. Ready? Attention everybody. 20% means what is a fraction?
1/5.
1/5. Increasing the statement says. What is the meaning of a price increased by 1/5? What is the meaning of numerator and denominator? Yesterday is taught like that. What is the meaning of numerator and denominator in 1/5?
Sir, 1 divided by 5.
I will jump from the building, write your name. I know 1 divided by 5. Arey yaar. Yes. What is the meaning of numerator and denominator? If my
5.
original price is 5 rupees or 5 unit or 5 part, the new price is 5 plus 1, it becomes 6 rupee. Are you understood or not understand? How can you write 10% as a fraction? 1/10, that is decreasing. Now tell me, what is the meaning of 1/10 decreasing?
For every 10 increase, we have to increase by 1.
Acha. First, I have to check tomorrow onwards, everybody, alcohol content. Many people are in hangover, I think.
The
Yes.
original is 10. Now
What is
9.
original 10? Original consumption is 10. Because whatever we do, we have to punch the word carefully. So original consumption is 10. The new consumption decreased by 1, it becomes 9. All are getting this? What I am writing? Price into consumption, 5 into 10, 50 rupees original expenditure. Price into consumption, new expenditure is 54. Compared to original expenditure, new expenditure increasing. How much? 4. From where? 50. Percentage means multiply by 100. So 8% my expenditure increasing. Getting this or not? All are getting this? Because you have to know 1/5 means what is the meaning? Price increased by 1/5. That means if my original price is 5 unit or 5x, new price becomes 5 plus 1, 6x or 6 unit. All are understood this? All are getting. Anybody doubt? Anybody? Totally silent. The more you interact in my class, the more you will expose. Accordingly, I will change the topic. In some batches, I was teaching some, blood relation I started. I was teaching. Everybody silent. I thought, I assumed, okay, they are expecting big topic. Then next day, I started a big topic. Then most of the people jumped from the building. Some people quitted UPSC. Some people migrated to other country. Some people joined in AIMS hospital. Understood, boss? Because I am unable to predict who they are. Understood, boss? So interact to the teacher. Then only accordingly we will change the way of teaching. Everything you are silent, then we don't know who you are. Understood, Abba? So whatever it is, interact. Understand, Abbas? Right. So anybody doubt in this interpretation? Come to second interpretation. Price increased by 20%. Consumption decreased by 10%. So all are ready? Now, how many numerical values are there?
2.
2.
Can we check whether we can solve this question by successive changes or not? Yes. Price changes, consumption changes. If I combine these two changes, I will get a net or effective changes, that is called expenditure changes. All are understood, Abba? So we can solve this question by this 20% of what? This total, this 10% of what? This total. Both the percentages are not calculated based upon the same total. Understood, Abba? So price changes, consumption changes. If I combine these two changes, I will get net or effective changes, that is called expenditure changes. I can attempt this question by successive changes also. All are getting? Which interpretation you will prefer? First, no. Generalization, no. Third or fourth, but you are very much comfortable with the third. So x plus y plus x into y by 100. Plus 20 minus 10. So plus 10%. Plus into minus, minus 20 into 10, 200. Divided by 100, 2. So the net changes in my expenditure is 8%. You see that. It's totally silent, everybody. Because you yourself has to know why not. Because I am not going to sit in the examination to read the question. You people are sitting in examination, you people will read the question. Anybody doubt? Either you can interpret like this, or you can interpret like this, or you can interpret by this. But both are same. That's why I'm writing here are. This is second interpretation. Anybody, can I explain one more time any one of the interpretation? It's totally silent.
Please explain the second one in the first method.
This,
Above one.
this.
Yes, sir.
Acha. Now, this I am writing. So, how much price increasing?
20%.
20% means how can you write as a fraction? 1 by 5 increasing. What is the meaning of price increased by 1 by 5? If my original price is 5, new price becomes 5 plus 1, 6. I am writing vertically. Now, how I am writing this consumption? 10% decrease in consumption. Consumption decreased by 10%. That means consumption decreased by 1 by 10. What is the meaning of this? If my original consumption is 10 unit or 10x, the new consumption becomes 10 minus 1, it becomes 9. Price, original consumption, multiply original expenditure. Now price, now consumption, now expenditure. Compared to original expenditure, now expenditure increased by 4. From where original 50, percentage multiply by 100.
Yes, sir.
Getting this? Anybody doubt? Anybody? Radhaji understood? Allah understand. So next, out of all this, anyone you can choose, whichever you feel convenient. Tell me this. This question we already decided it is not belongs to product constant rule. So out of these two interpretation, whichever interpretation you can solve, tell me the answer. Whichever you like. Yes. Ankita boss, come in audio.
Yes, sir.
How do you tried?
I use this first approach, second method.
Oh, then you done wrongly. 40% increasing. 40% means what is a fraction? 2 by 5 increasing. Originally 5, now increased by 2, it becomes 7. This is length. So what is breadth? Then 20% decreasing. So 1 by 5 decreasing. If I write here 5, then decreased by 1, it becomes 4. So length into breadth, that is equal to area, that is 25. Here multiply, that is 28. Compared to original, now is increased by 3. From where original 25, percentage means multiply by 100. So you will get 12% increasing. Where you done wrong?
Sir, I while subtracting 25 from 28, I have written 1 by 25. Then I made the mistake.
Acha. Tell me which brand yesterday. Listen, boss. So it is a waste of the time, boss. If you solve by successive changes x plus y, how quickly you will get the answer? All are getting 12% increasing. Right. Anybody doubt so far? So all are understood this product constant rule? Right. Now we can shift to whatever the question we dictated yesterday, that question we will go. Sugar question. Anybody after reaching your house, you tried it in home? That price of sugar. Anybody tried? Nobody saying, yeah. Oh, very nice. Ashish Ji, declare your interpretation.
Sir, I actually I solved it at that time only. So I basically took x and then multiplied it by just let me open it. So,
I understood.
yeah,
Any
I
other
took it by
interpretation?
basically-
Lengthy.
Yeah, but now we can probably do it by
Product constant rule.
Yeah, product constant rule. Yeah.
Acha ji, we will see. So any other person tried? So all are having that question in your notes. All are able to see the question? All are able to see. Right, okay. So now we will introduce the interpretation now. It is not I am going to solve by more interpretation. If you read the question like that, then you can solve like this. So first interpretation. So yeah, anybody, what is the meaning of 45 kg more? What do you understand from that?
Original plus 45.
Original
increasing
plus
decrease.
45. That is called a new consumption. Achha. First, we have to go back to school and change the way of teaching. What somebody saying here? What is called now consumption? That means original consumption plus 45. That is now consumption. Understood? Now listen carefully. This will go that side. That means consumption now minus consumption original. That is 45 kg. That means anywhere in future now onwards, anywhere you are seeing the word more or less, that is synonyms to difference. Increase or decrease, that is synonyms to difference. 45 kg more, what does it mean? Difference in consumption is 45 kg. This is okay. This all leave this. Come out of the prehistoric interpretation. All are understood this? 45 kg more means difference in consumption is 45 kg. Which consumption is more, earlier and now what? Now consumption now minus consumption original, that is 45 kg. If anybody read the question like this, you are going to solve further like that way. Are you ready now? All are ready. The world first worst interpretation. Whenever Big Bang theory started, the method born simultaneously. Founder is R.S. Agarwal. Ready? Now, we need to find the consumption. So, you know price into consumption is equal to expenditure. So we need consumption. So here price multiply it goes the divide. So how can you calculate the consumption? Expenditure by price. Understood, Abbas? In this question, what is the original expenditure? 450. What is the now expenditure? Same 450. Expenditure is constant in this question. What is the price original? We don't know. What you will do? You will invite your X. You people create X, you will invite again X. You see. That is why solar systems worst method. If you invite X, all dinosaurs suicide. What is the price now? 20% decrease. So as out of assume this is 100%, 20% decreasing, the new price is 80% of X. All are understood, Abbas? How can you write this as a fraction? 80 by 100 into X cancelled. That means 4 by 5X. That is called now price. Are you understood this? You know original expenditure, you know new expenditure. You know original price, you know now price. Now you can substitute in this equation. So I am writing consumption now minus consumption original, that is 45 kg. How can you calculate consumption? Expenditure by price. Expenditure now, price now. How can you calculate consumption? Expenditure by price. That is original expenditure, original price. That is equal to 45. What is the expenditure now? That is 450. What is the price now? That you derived 4 by 5X. Minus, what is the original expenditure? 450. What is the original price? That is X. That is equal to 45. You see, we starting from North India and we still not reached the answer. Even South India, we will cross already and we go to Australia to get the answer. So you reverse this 0, 25, 22 by 4X minus 450 by X. That is equal to 45. What is the LCM of 4X and X? 4X. 4X divided by 4X. 1 multiply the numerator. 2250. 4X divided by X. 4 multiply the numerator. 1800. That is equal to 45. Here 45 divided but goes there, multiply. Take the difference 450. That is equal to 45 into 4X. Cancelled 10. 4X equal to 10. Then what is X value? 10 by 4. That means 5 by 2. That means 2.5 rupees per kg. X is called what? Original price. So price originally, that is 2.5 rupees per kg. What is the price now? That is called 4 by 5X. We derived that. We know X value now. So that is 2.5. Cancelled 0.5. That means 2 rupees per kg. Finally, we landed at Australia to get the answer. Are you understood this? When you can solve like this, if you read the question manually, earlier now consumption, original consumption, difference is 45 kg, you will solve the question like this. All are getting this? Sir, I am not reading the question like that. Then we will see how do you read. Second interpretation. If somebody read like this, what is the original expenditure in this question? What is the earlier expenditure? 450. What is now expenditure? 450. No changes in 450. If anybody read the question like this, original expenditure, now expenditure are constant. They will solve like this. Listen carefully. How can you calculate the expenditure? Price into consumption is your expenditure. This is original. This is also original. What is the expenditure? Price into consumption. Which price now? Which consumption now? Are you understood this? What is the original price? We don't know. Assume X. No, that we already invited X. If you invite one more time, they will jump from the building. So I am assuming 100%. What is the consumption originally? We don't know. Assume X or C. I hate the word X, that is why I am writing C. What is the price now? 20% decreasing. New price is 80%. Are you understood? What happened to your consumption? Earlier consumption plus 45 kg. So C plus 45. Are you understood this? What I am writing? Many people not listening. Then for whom I am teaching? Arey yaar. Cancelled, 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 cancelled. Here 5 times, here 4 times. 5 into C, 5C. 4 into C, 4C. 4 into 45, 180 kg. So plus 4C come this side, minus 4C. So C equal to 180. C is called, what do you assumed C? That is original consumption. So my original consumption is 180 kg. Understood, Abha? What is the new consumption? 45 kg extra. That means 225 kg. That is the now consumption. Understood, Abha? How can you calculate the price? Price into consumption is expenditure. So price means expenditure by consumption. Are you getting this? What is the original price? So expenditure original, consumption original. Expenditure original 450, consumption original how much? 180. Cancelled 2.5 rupees per kg. What is the price now? Expenditure now by consumption now. What is the expenditure now? 450. Consumption now 225. Cancelled 2 rupees per kg. Are you understood, Abbas? Anybody doubt? When you solve like this, if you read the question like this, sir, I am not reading the question like this. Somebody will say, or you remember, this question is suitable for product constant rule or not? They discuss about price. They discuss about consumption. They discuss about expenditure. Using price and consumption, we can derive the expenditure. Anywhere the statement saying expenditure is changing? No. So we can assume expenditure is constant. This question suitable for product constant rule interpretation also. You know two interpretation product constant rule. One is ratio and writing reverse. Another is increase decrease. All are remember this. Now both we are going to interpret. Listen carefully. So expenditure is constant. What is the relationship between price and consumption? Inversely, original now. What's the original price? We don't know. Assume 100%. What happened to your price now? 20% decreasing. That is 80%. 5:4. So consumption are in the ratio 4:5. What is the meaning of 4:5? Originally, my money consuming 4 unit or 4 part or 4x. Now my money consuming 5 part or 5 unit. What is the meaning of 45 kg more? Difference in consumption is 45 kg. That what is the difference in consumption ratio? 1 part or 1x? That is called 45 kg. Are you understood, everybody? All are getting. Nidhi boss, are you understood? Sonalaji, are you understand? And everybody shocking face. All are there or not there? All are died. Yes. 1 part is 45 kg. 4 part is 4 into 45. 180 kg is the original consumption. Now consumption is 5 part. 5 into 45. 225 kg is the now consumption. All are understood, boss? 450 by 180. Original price. 450 by 225. New price per kg. All are getting this? Totally silent, eh?
Yes, sir.
Getting? So, another interpretation of product constant rule. Maybe you can able to recall. If expenditure is constant, what is the relationship between price and consumption? Inversely proportional. What happened to your price? Decreased by 20%. That means 1/5. What happened to your consumption? Here decrease means here increasing because opposite direction, inversely proportional. Whatever the numerator, same numerator. Reference is decreasing, so difference between numerator and denominator, that means 4. 1 by 4 means how much percent?
25.
So my consumption increased by 25%. Understood? For example, management saying, sir, within 2 days class, you murdered 8 people. So we will reward you. So we will increase your salary by 25%. Swami sir is in full mood to murder the student. So my income increased by 25%. Okay. 25% of what?
Original.
Original income. My consumption increased by 25%. 25% of what?
Original consumption.
Original consumption. That means all are understood that? My consumption increased by how much percentage?
25%.
My
25%.
consumption increased by how much quantity?
45.
So 25% is equal to 45 kg. But 25% of what? 25% of original consumption. That is how many kg? What is 100% of my original consumption? How 25 becomes 100? Into 4. Same multiply by 4. My original consumption is 180 kg. All are getting? What is the new consumption? Plus 45 kg. That is 225 kg. That is the now consumption. All are understood. But I am not going to write like this. So from here onwards, I am removing. All are ready? What is the meaning of 1 by 4 increasing consumption? What is the meaning of numerator denominator?
Original is 4
Original
parts.
is 4 parts and
If the original consumption is 4 part, increased in consumption is 1 part. But the question says how much consumption increasing 45 kg, that is equal to 45 kg. 1 part equal to 45, 4 part is 4 into 45. My original consumption is 180 kg. Are you understood this? Totally silent. What is the new consumption? 180 plus 45, that is 225 kg is the now consumption. All are understood. Anybody doubt? All are understand? Whatever the interpretation so far we done, all are world worst interpretation. If you solve like this, you will get the answer, but your analytical skill will never ever enhance. All are understood this? All are understood. Now, can we start our interpretation? Ready? For that, I have to cook some story. So listen the story now, then I will write it something in the board. All are ready? For example, my mother saying, Swamiji, Swamiji, you are the only teacher in the solar system, always free. So please go to Big Bazaar and procure all the grocery item. Getting this? So I went to Big Bazaar and I picked all the grocery item and I went to cashier. Cashier saying, Swami sir, the price of your grocery item is 450 rupees. You know why I am saying 450? If I am purchasing, that is my expenditure. Price is synonyms to expenditure. Anybody doubt? So what is the price of the grocery item? 450. What is my expenditure? 450. Price is synonyms to expenditure. Anybody doubt? So I came to my house. Then next month also my mother saying, Swamiji, Swamiji, you are the only teacher always free. So please go to Big Bazaar this month. Again procure same grocery item. I see the list of item. Same item, same brand, same quantity. That means I know my expenditure. 450. Now I went to Big Bazaar and I picked all the items and I went to cashier. I hand over the grocery item and I hand over the 450 rupees. Understood? Because I know the expenditure. The cashier replied, Swami sir, this month price decreased. Price decreasing is synonyms to expenditure decreasing. So the price decreasing means my expenditure going to be decreasing. So I asked how much price decreasing. He replied 20% price decreased. That means my expenditure going to decrease by 20%. 20% of what? Earlier expenditure. What is my earlier expenditure? 450. Out of 450, 20% is 90 rupees. That means he is saying price decreased by 90 rupees. That means my expenditure decreased by 90 rupees. It totally silent, eh?
Yes, sir.
So but I already hand over to him 450 rupees. So what I will expect? He will return my 90 rupees. But he said, Swami sir, I cannot return your 90 rupees. Then I asked, then what you will do with my 90 rupees? Swami sir, you are keeping long dadi, regular customer and all these things. So we will give you 45 kg free sugar for Swami sir. Who is Swaminathan? Cheater? What I will ask? Next question. Okay, you are giving me free something. No issue. How much kg? 45 kg. Then what I will ask? Why not more than 45 kg? Are you understood? Not understand. I will never ask why less than 45 kg because I am typical Indian. Understood? I will ask why not more than 45 kg. Then he replied, Swami sir, cheater Swami sir, cheater Swami sir. How much your money with me? How much money?
90.
Your 90 rupees worthable to purchase that 45 kg sugar. Nothing is free of cost. So 90 rupees 45 kg per kg, 2 rupees per kg. Understood, boss? You're totally silent, eh?
Yes, sir.
Somebody thinking mistakenly joined the class today, I think. All are understood or are not understood?
Yes, sir.
How
Yes,
much
sir.
price decreasing? How much percent?
20%.
20%.
20%.
That is called 90 rupees we derived. That is worthable to purchase how many kg? 45 kg. That means per kg is 2 rupees per kg. Are you understood? Now we can directly write. No need of converting into what value also. 90. All already now. How much price decreasing, boss? 20%. That means my expenditure decreased by 20%. My 20% of my money is worthable to purchase that 45 kg sugar. 100% of my money will purchase how many kg? How 20 becomes 100? Into 5, say multiply by 5. My money will purchase 225 kg now. Understood, Dabba? Price decreased by 20%. Consumption increased by 45 kg. So that means 20% of my money is worthable to purchase 45 kg sugar. Or 45 kg price is equal to 20% of my money. Are you understood? Not understood? All are understand. So what is 100% of my money? 100% of my money means 450 rupees. Able to purchase 225 kg now. Sir, why you are writing now? Why not writing original? You will ask like this. The price changes now. So this is becomes now consumption. That means after 45 kg added. What is the original consumption? Minus 45, 180 kg. All are understood. Dabas. So while reading the question, you have to read equal. 20% equal to 45 kg, 100% equal to 225 kg. Now finished. No need of solving the question. Are you understood? Not understood? We
Yes,
will
sir.
see. I will display the question. We will see how do you are you really understood or not understood. So anybody read the question? Anybody read, boss? And nobody reading.
A reduction of 25% in the price of rice
Stop. What happened to your price?
reduced by
Decreasing. How much percent? 25%. Because of that, how much you are able to purchase extra?
10 kg more.
That means you are 25% of your money worthable to purchase 10 kg. 100% of your money worthable to purchase how many kg?
40 kg.
40 kg now. How much money in your hand?
600.
600 rupees purchasing 40 kg. Per kg how much? 600 rupees 40 kg per kg. How much?
50.
That is the answer. Yeah, totally silent. 25% of my money is worthable to purchase 10 kg. 100% of my money will worthable to purchase how many kg? That means 40 kg. This is now. Are you understand? Now means when? After 10 kg added. For example, if the question asks original consumption minus 10 kg, 30 kg is the original consumption. Are you understood this? What is the original price? 600 by 30, 20 rupees is called original price. 600 by 40, that is a new price or reduced price. Are you understood or not understood? Or price is synonyms to what?
Expenditure.
Expenditure. Price decreased by 25%. So your expenditure decreased by 25%. 25% of what? Earlier expenditure. What is your expenditure? Out of 600, 25% is how much?
150.
You are 150 rupees able to purchase 10 kg. Per kg how much? 150 by 10, 15 rupees per kg. It's totally silent.
Understood.
Radhaji, any doubt?
No, sir. No, sir. All good.
Ashish ji, are you understood what I am saying?
Yes, sir.
All are getting what I said? Tell me next question. Tell me, how do you interpret? I will not speak anything. Tell me, how do you interpret? %50 of my money is worthable to purchase 4 egg. 100% of my money will be worthable to purchase how many egg? 8 egg now. How much money in your hand? 24. Out of 24 rupees, 8 egg. Per egg 3 rupees.
Yes, sir.
But the question asked dozen egg. 1 egg 3 rupees, 12 egg 36 rupees is the answer. Totally silent.
Yes, sir.
50 price is synonyms to expenditure. 50% price is synonyms to 50% expenditure. What is your expenditure in this question? Out of 24, 50% is how much? 12 rupees. That means the price increased by 12 rupees. You are unable to purchase 4 egg. That means 4 egg price is 12 rupees. All are understood. Whichever the way you want to interpret. But don't write anything to get the answer. All are understood. 50% is equal to 4 egg. 100% is equal to 8 egg now. 100% of my money, 24 rupees able to purchase 8 egg. Per egg 3 rupees. Anybody doubt, boss? Anybody? Yeah, totally silent.
Understood, sir.
So it is not mandatory you have to solve like this. Either you can solve like this or you can solve by any other interpretation, whichever you feel convenient. Last to last year, the same pattern of question the UPSC asked. One question. Okay, boss? Shivam bhai, what happened? Are you understood, not understood?
Yes, sir.
Right, okay. Anybody doubt so far? What is your homework for you today? In this question. So in this question, no, sugar question we dictated. Are we dictated or not? Price changing or not? Price changing or not? Yes, consumption changing or not?
Yes, sir.
If I combine these two changes, I will get net or effective changes. Can we attempt this question by successive changes interpretation or not? That is your homework for you. All are understood, boss? Totally silent.
Yes, sir.
Right. So now, whatever I taught you now, this interpretation, if expenditure is constant, you can solve like this. But some next question I am going to dictate it. If expenditure also going to be changes, so at that time, what you will do? Listen carefully. When you can prefer this interpretation, if expenditure is constant, then you can prefer this interpretation. If expenditure is changing, then prefer this interpretation. Are you ready? All are ready. But I will teach you by this same question, this interpretation. But when you prefer, I will also tell. Are you ready, everybody? For example, one marker pen is some rupee. How many marker pen? Some marker pen I purchased. The price of all this marker pen is 100 rupees. That means my expenditure is 100 rupees. Are you understood? Not understood? This is because this banking and SSC people created this. Listen carefully. What is 100 rupees? My earlier expenditure is 100 rupees. That means this much money consumed some quantity. Are you understood or not understood? Now, what happened to your price in this sugar question? Price decreased by
20%.
That means price decreased by 20% means what is the meaning? Expenditure going to decrease by how much percent?
20.
That means to purchase the same quantity, 80 rupees is sufficient to purchase. Price decreased by 20% means my expenditure going to decrease by 20%. To purchase the same quantity, 80 rupees is sufficient. But the question allowed you to decrease your expenditure in this question. No. That means expenditure is constant in this question. That means you have to spend whatever earlier expenditure, you have to spend the same money. You cannot change this expenditure. Are you understood this? Price decreased by 20%. That means my expenditure becomes 80 rupees to purchase the same quantity. 80 rupees is sufficient to purchase the earlier quantity. But the question asks you to spend 100 rupees. That means you are spending 20 rupees extra. That will consume extra quantity. You're totally silent. You are spending extra means that will consume extra quantity or not?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So how much you are increasing? 20 rupees from where? 80. Cancelled. That means you are increasing your expenditure by 1/4. That means that much worth of consumption going to be increasing. That means this is called original consumption. This is called increased in consumption. All are understood this? You're
Yes,
totally silent.
Yes, sir.
What is the increased in consumption? 45 kg. 4 part equal to 4 into 45. Getting this or not?
Yes, sir.
You see how I am reading the statement. Earlier, my expenditure is 100 rupees. It purchased some quantity. Price decreased by 20%. To purchase the same quantity, my expenditure becomes 80 rupees. But the question says you cannot decrease your expenditure from 100 to 80. You have to spend 100 rupees. That means I have to increase. I'm spending 20 rupees extra. That will purchase some quantity extra. All are understood, Abba? No. Write the question. Because you are not understanding what I am saying. Just 1 minute. I will look out the question. Oh, I am having this much photo. One minute, boss. Where is the question? Bharat Mata ki Jai. Write the question. The price of sugar increased by 30%. The price of sugar increased by 30%. 30. Due to this, a customer able to purchase 40 kg less sugar. A customer able to purchase 40 kg less sugar, so that his expenditure increased by 10% only. So that his expenditure increased by 10% only. Find the original consumption and new consumption. So don't solve the question there. Now you listen what I am doing. Do you remember this question? I am assuming my original expenditure is 100 rupees. What happened to your price? Reduced by 25%. That means my expenditure decreased by 25%. All understand this? That means 75 rupees is sufficient to purchase the earlier quantity. But here the question not asked to decrease your expenditure. That means you have to spend 100 rupees. That means I have to increase my expenditure. That means I have to increase my consumption. So 1 by 3. This is original consumption. This is called increased in consumption. All are understood, not understood, Abbas? All are understand. Now you solve this. Your price increased by how much? 30%. So how much money required to purchase the new earlier quantity?
130.
130. But the question told you your expenditure increased by how much rupees? How much percent?
10%.
10% means how much expenditure? 110.
10.
To purchase the same quantity, you required 130 rupees. But question not allowed you to spend 130. The question allowed you to spend 110. So you have to decrease your expenditure. You have to decrease the consumption. All are understood this? Tell me what is the answer. Are you understood this?
Sir,
1 minute. Anji.
sir, original consumption 420 kilogram.
No. Listen. Price increased by 30%. So my expenditure increased by 30%. To purchase the same quantity, my expenditure is 130 rupees. But the question says your expenditure increased by 10%. That means I can spend 110 rupees only. I cannot spend 130. That means I have to decrease my expenditure. How much? 20. From where? 130. This much worth of expenditure I am decreasing. That much worth of consumption going to be decreasing. What is the meaning of 2 by 13? This is my original consumption. This is my decreased in consumption. Are you understood? Not understood, Abbas? This is called how many kg the statement says. How much quantity decreasing?
40.
So 2 unit equal to 40 kg or 1 unit or 1 part equal to 20 kg. Original consumption is 13 unit or 13 part. 13 into 20, 260 kg is called original consumption. And you are purchasing now 40 kg less. So the new consumption is 220 kg. Are you understood this? All are understood?
Yes, sir.
Anybody doubt? Anybody? So when you can prefer this interpretation, you can prefer if expenditure is not constant. If expenditure is constant, directly equate this much percent equal this much quantity. Are you understand this? But this question, price changes, consumption changes. If I combine these two changes, expenditure changes by 10%. The expenditure changes is called net or effective changes. Can we solve this question by successive changes or not? That is your homework for you. Are you understood, Abbas?
Yes, sir.
You're totally silent, everybody.
Yes,
Can
sir.
I dictate one more question like this? Can you tell me the answer quickly? One more thing. What I asked in this question? What I asked?
So original consumption, new consumption.
Why I am not asked original price and final price? How can you calculate the price? Expenditure by consumption. You know consumption. What is your expenditure in this question? Am I dictated? No. That is why I am not asked to find original price and new price in this question. Understood, Abbas? Right. Write the next. So don't write the statement, full statement. Roughly you can write. Price decreased by 30%. 30. Consumption increased by 32 kg. 32. Expenditure decreased by 16%. Expenditure decreased by 16%. Find the original and new consumption. In this time, I will go to Beijing by walking. I will come back.
Yes, sir. Original 160 kilogram.
New.
The new will be 192.
Anji, very good. What happened? Remaining people seriously solving, Radhaji getting answer?
Yes, sir.
Very good. All are getting answer. Where are the people? They are closing the video. What these people are doing, I don't know. They are taking some pint and they are listening my class, I think. How many of you not getting answer? What happened to my price now?
Decreased by 30.
Decreased by how much percent?
30, 70.
So 70 rupees sufficient to purchase the quantity. But question allowed you to spend how much money? 16% less. That means how much expenditure? 84.
84.
Out of 100, 16% less. That is a 16 less 84. That means you are increasing your expenditure by 14. From where? 70. This much worth of consumption going to be increasing. This is called original consumption. This is called increased in consumption. That is equal to 32 kg. 1 part equal to 32 kg. 5 part is 5 into 32. 160 kg. Understood, Daba? This is called original. What is now? Plus 32. That is 192 kg. Why am I adding? Why I am not subtracting? Because you are consuming now 32 kg more. Understood? So new consumption going to be more than the original consumption. Anybody doubt here? Anybody? 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 Okay. So this much is sufficient in product constant rule. Come to next type of question. Try this question. Yes. After you read the question, if anybody is saying, sir, I am not understand the question, then tell me, I will define the question.
Sir, 12 liter.
Anji?
12 liter, sir. 12 liter water should be added.
Boss, not audible properly.
Sir, 12 liter added, water should be added.
So answer is 12 liter you are saying. What you are saying? Answer is 12 liter. Ah?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Acha, wrong answer.
Sir, 20 liter.
Acha, very nice. Brahmananji, you tried like this. Originally acid is 80%, water is 20%. 20% of 60, 12 liter. Now acid is 60, remaining water is 40%. 40% of 60 is 24 liter. That means 12 liter increased. Are you tried like this?
Yes, sir. I forgot to add the water.
Acha.
I get the constant that the 12 is 60 liter.
You assumed total is constant.
Yes, sir.
Yes. So who is this? Ankita boss. How do you try it?
Sir, I used the previous method. Original is 100 and it had 80% acid. Now we have to make it 60% acid.
Anji.
So the difference is 20 or original value is 80.
Oh, Madam Ji, that question is different. This is a different type. Unknown quantities are added or removed. But you write 80 for 60, but after that you have to think some more thing. I will teach you like that, don't worry. Any other? Ashish Ji, how do you try?
Sir, I again did it with my basic method only, like 48
How?
liter. So yeah, so basically 60 liter out of that 80% is acid, so 48 liter acid and 12 liter water. So for like let the total amount be X, the new solution, so that 60% of that should be 48 liter. Like the
Very
amount
good.
of acid
I
would remain
understand.
same.
You equated the acid.
Yes, sir.
Understood. Right. So listen carefully. So how many of you not understand the question? Listen. I have earlier 60 liter. 60 liter only acid? No. 60 liter only water? No. 60 liter, it is inside acid also, water also. I have 60 liter of acid and water. You are adding water. That means the total quantity going to be increasing. How much increasing? How much water quantity you added, that much quantity of total solution going to be increasing. And water quantity going to be increasing. How much water quantity increasing? How much water you added, that much quantity of water going to be increasing. But acid quantity must be constant. All are understood. Early, I'm not saying concentration. Earlier acid is, for example, 20 liter. Now also 20 liter. Because you are not adding acid anything. Are you understood, Abbas? So you are adding water. Okay, but that means total going to be increasing. Water quantity going to be increasing. Acid quantity must be constant. Understood, Abbas? Right. So you can try this in home, and tomorrow I will wind up the topic. Tomorrow in half an hour to 40 minutes, I will wind up it. We will introduce one small topic tomorrow. Okay, boss? Enjoy the remaining day. Thank you, boss. Because it will take some 15-20 minutes. I have to interpret all the way. Enjoy
So
the day
tomorrow or
remaining
Monday?
class. Anji?
You mean Monday? Monday, right?
So
Don't
next
have a class.
classes will be on when? Next class, your batch is A2. So next class will be on Monday, boss, Monday. Okay, boss, enjoy the day. Thank you, boss. But finish all the homework. Yes.